Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday, one and all. It's your boy Pharaoh here, and we are so close to the final PLE on the road to WrestleMania. It's Elimination Chamber from Perth, Australia this year. This is the second pay-per-view PLE, call it what you will, event that WWE has done in Australia. The second of which, the first was back in 2018. I like to refer to it as Not So Super Showdown. If you remember that event, that was the last one-on-one meeting of The Undertaker and Triple H, two legends of the game who you see their name on paper against each other in a match. Sounds good, except it was in 2018. 6 years, past their iconic end of an era Hell in a Cell WrestleMania 28 match, which was special refereed by Shawn Michaels. Speaking of which, that match precipitated Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement, and, well, the less said about that, the better. I think, though, Elimination Chamber this year is going to blow Super Showdown 2018 out of the water. And with that, let's go ahead and get on with tomorrow's card. It's a 5-match card as it stands, with 2 Elimination Chamber matches and 3 championship bouts. Again, with Triple H at the helm of creative running things from that standpoint, you see these pay-per-views take on the role of what those older, some incredible NXT TakeOver events from years past were, where they only had 5 or 6 matches, not like, you know, some other WWE shows that would have 9 to 10 to 11 matches, including the pre-show, or an AEW, a pay-per-view that would have 14 or 15 fucking matches. So 5-6 matches on the card, but I think, 5 matches on the card. Again, I think this is going to be a solid show. The first up that I have listed is the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka of Damage Control. They're going to be defending their women's tag team championships against Candice LeRae and a fellow Aussie herself, Indy Hartwell. And look, that's going to be a cool moment tomorrow night for Indy to perform in her home country, but unfortunately for her, she's not going to walk out with one half of those women's tag team championships, because the Kabuki Warriors will retain, and then whatever the story is for them, it will proceed into WrestleMania, and then they will defend the gold there and more than likely drop them. Up next, speaking of tag team titles, Finn Balor and Damian Priest of Judgment Day, they're going to be defending against Pete Dunne. Yes, no longer Butch. Pete Dunne got his name back. Happy day, happy day. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, you know, they go way back to NXT UK, the UK wrestling scene, and Progress, and Rev Pro, and everywhere in between. So cool opportunity for them in Perth, but just like the challengers for the women's tag titles that I just mentioned, yeah, not going to go in the favor of the challengers tonight. I have Finn and Damian. Yeah, they could lose. They could lose the belts tomorrow, and yeah, that would be cool for Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. There's some people that they could definitely stack up against at WrestleMania for those belts. And then we could have Finn Balor and Damian Priest fight each other one-on-one. I don't think that's going to happen, though. That's going to happen later this year, but I don't think it's going to happen at WrestleMania. No, I have Finn Balor and Damian Priest walking into Mania to defend against DIY, who has been doing a consistently good job getting more and more popular on Raw the last few weeks with solid performances in the ring. So I look forward to seeing that match at WrestleMania. I think there is a reason why we didn't see these two teams on this show. Now, our first of 2 chamber matches. It's the women's chamber. It's going to be Becky Lynch versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Stratton, and again versus Naomi. All these women qualified for this match. You know, any of them I think would be solid challengers. Yeah, maybe not at Mania for some of them. Not going to name names, but ultimately, at the end of the match, I see Becky Lynch having her hand raised in victory and heading on to challenge, well, we'll let the next match bleed into this, Rhea Ripley. She's going to challenge Rhea Ripley for the women's world title. There's no way Nia Jax is taking the women's title from Ripley in Australia. That would just be foolish. Nia has a snowball's chance in hell, basically. Let's put it like that. So, moving on to Mania. Could be the night 1 main event. If not, could be semi-main event. But it's going to be Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. Now, I have heard people say Bianca Belair, and look, if it wasn't for it being teased here and there over the last few months, and again over the last few weeks on TV between Becky and Rhea, if it hadn't been teased at all, I could give this to Bianca Belair, because that is a match I sure would love to see and could potentially be a main event for next year, one of the nights of WrestleMania next year, Rhea and Bianca. So that's the way I have Rhea Ripley's next 2 WrestleMania matches. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. See you back here for next year. And then last but not least, the men's chamber match. We have Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, Kevin Owens, and the United States Champion himself, Logan Paul, all qualified for this bad boy. Stars of Raw and SmackDown. Somebody's going to go to Mania. Somebody's going to get a crack at Seth Rollins in the World Championship. And that man's name, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Drew McIntyre. I don't think that's a surprise to too many out there. And look, you got some incredible people in this match. Randy Orton, again, could look to go after World Championship number 15. LA Knight, still very popular. You know, he got screwed over against Roman Reigns last year in Saudi Arabia. Would love to rebound and go to Mania this year in Philly and challenge for the world title. I don't see that happening. Same for Logan Paul, because I see LA Knight and Logan Paul feuding and facing off at Mania for the U.S. title. Kevin Owens, it ain't gonna happen, brother. I'm sorry. And yeah, we've seen Owens and Rollins face off at Mania before. Not gonna happen again this year, though. And Bobby Lashley, I love Lashley. Ain't gonna happen. So, Drew McIntyre is gonna walk out of the Elimination Chamber, and he's gonna walk into WrestleMania. He's gonna challenge Seth Rollins for the World Championship. And unless it's not made a 3-way, including Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre will be World Champion at the end of WrestleMania, either night 1 or night 2. So that's my predictions, friends and neighbors. I hope you enjoyed today's content. Went a little bit longer than usual, but with that being said, I want to know your thoughts. Did I hit the nail on the head, or did I make some prediction that you don't agree with? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.